Why reading is important. May always dreamed of global conversations. Her English, however, felt like a silent whisper, a barrier to her aspirations. She longed to articulate her thoughts freely, connect with diverse cultures, and unlock new opportunities. The world seemed to speak a language she only partially understood, frustrating her desire for genuine interaction and profound understanding, fueling her determination. Initially, frustration mounted. Words tangled on her tongue, sentences dissolved into mumbles. She felt like an outsider, unable to participate in vibrant discussions she overheard. The sheer volume of vocabulary seemed insurmountable, and grammar rules felt like an endless maze, leading her to question her own potential, yet she persisted daily. Then, a mentor told her, "Why reading is important, May, is because it builds your foundational understanding." This simple advice resonated deeply. She began to see books not as chores, but as gateways to linguistic mastery. Reading offered context, new words in natural settings, and a steady rhythm for language acquisition, transforming her perspective profoundly. May started with simple English story reading. Children's books, then graded readers. Each page opened a new world, a new set of phrases. The stories were engaging, making the learning process enjoyable rather than a burden. She savored every word, letting the narrative slowly seep into her mind, building a quiet confidence, piece by piece. Soon, she expanded her reading genres. News articles, short online blogs, even product descriptions. Every piece of text was an opportunity to absorb language. This diverse exposure broadened her vocabulary significantly, introducing her to different registers and styles of English, making her learning journey much more comprehensive and exciting. She started noticing how the words she read appeared in conversations. This connection was a revelation. It wasn't just about passive intake, it was about active recognition and integration. Her mind began to bridge the gap between written and spoken English, creating a clearer pathway for expression, boosting her self-assurance. But reading alone wasn't enough for How to Talk in English. The theory was there, but the practice felt daunting. Her tongue still felt heavy, her voice hesitant. She needed to bridge the gap from understanding to producing, from internal knowledge to external communication, realizing the true challenge ahead. Her next step was realizing why you must listen. She started actively listening to podcasts, interviews, and movies without subtitles. At first, it was overwhelming, a torrent of unintelligible sounds. But she persevered, training her ear to discern individual words and intonation patterns, patiently developing a crucial skill. This led her to How Other People Talk in English. She would listen intently, then try to mimic their pronunciation, their rhythm, their pauses. This wasn't about imitation. It was about understanding the natural flow and cadence of native speakers, internalizing their speaking style for authentic expression. The mantra became listen and practice. She would repeat phrases, record herself, and compare. This iterative process was slow but incredibly effective. Each repetition refined her articulation, making her feel more comfortable with the sounds of English, building a strong foundation for future fluency development. The initial fear of making mistakes slowly subsided. She understood that errors were part of the learning curve, not failures. Every misstep was a lesson, every correction a step forward. This shift in mindset was crucial, freeing her from self-consciousness and empowering her to speak more boldly, without hesitation. To truly practice how to talk in English, she sought out speaking partners. Online language exchange platforms became her training ground. Conversing with real people, even if falteringly at first, provided invaluable real-world experience, building her confidence with every interaction, making connections globally. She committed to daily conversation practice, even if just for a few minutes. Short dialogues about her day, her thoughts, or simple observations. Consistency was key. These small, regular speaking sessions accumulated over time, transforming her hesitant whispers into more confident sentences, bit by bit. May then developed her personal English study plan for talking. It wasn't a rigid schedule, but a flexible framework incorporating all aspects she had learned. She structured her days around specific learning activities, ensuring balanced development across all language skills, optimizing her time effectively. She started incorporating English speaking into her daily routines. Talking to herself in English while doing chores, narrating her actions, even practicing short presentations for imaginary audiences. This made English a living, breathing part of her life, not just a subject to be studied. Her focus shifted from perfect grammar to natural expressions. She learned that communication often prioritized clarity and fluidity over absolute correctness. This allowed her to speak more spontaneously, without constantly self-editing, making her conversations feel much more authentic and smooth. She delved into idioms and common slang, understanding that how other people talk in English often involved these nuanced phrases. Reading stories and listening to authentic conversations helped her grasp their meanings and appropriate usage, enriching her vocabulary and cultural understanding profoundly. May would often role-play different scenarios. Ordering food, asking for directions, negotiating prices. These simulated interactions helped her prepare for real-life situations, reducing anxiety and increasing her readiness to speak spontaneously, making her feel much more capable. She learned that context was paramount in learning new words. Instead of rote memorization, she encountered words in sentences, understanding their usage and connotations. This method proved far more effective for retention and proper application, making her vocabulary truly functional. Every small victory was celebrated. A perfectly understood movie line, a smoothly delivered sentence, a successful conversation. These milestones fueled her motivation, reminding her of her progress and the tangible results of her hard work, reinforcing her belief in herself. She understood that true fluency required a form of immersion, even if not physically in an English-speaking country. Surrounding herself with English content became her mission. Her environment slowly transformed into a rich English ecosystem, fostering constant exposure. This holistic approach was how to learn English effectively. It wasn't about isolated tasks, but an integrated system where reading fed listening, listening informed speaking, and speaking solidified everything. Each element reinforced the others, creating a powerful learning synergy. May kept a journal, tracking her progress. New words learned, phrases mastered, speaking confidence gained. Seeing her journey visually motivated her further, demonstrating how far she had come from her hesitant beginnings, inspiring her to continue her diligent efforts. She realized that how to improve your fluency wasn't about eradicating all errors. It was about speaking effortlessly, connecting ideas smoothly, and being easily understood. Fluency was about flow, not flawless grammar, liberating her from the pressure of perfection. May began actively seeking opportunities to speak English. Tourist encounters, international events, even online forums. Every chance was a chance to practice, to test her skills, and to push her comfort zone, expanding her communication abilities continuously. One day, she understood a nuanced joke in an English comedy show. This was a profound moment, signifying her deep comprehension of cultural references and subtle language use. It felt like unlocking a secret code, truly connecting her to the language's spirit. Her reading progressed to more complex materials, novels, academic articles, sophisticated essays. These texts challenged her, pushing her vocabulary and comprehension to new heights, making her an increasingly sophisticated and articulate English user. She purposefully listened to diverse accents from different English-speaking countries: American, British, Australian, Irish. This broadened her auditory comprehension, preparing her for real-world interactions with various native speakers, ensuring broad understanding. May also worked on intonation and stress, understanding how they conveyed meaning and emotion. She practiced rising and falling tones, emphasizing key words, making her speech more expressive and engaging, just like native speakers. Sometimes, she tried explaining English concepts to a beginner friend. This act of teaching solidified her own understanding, forcing her to articulate rules and nuances clearly. It was a powerful way to reinforce her knowledge, truly internalizing the language. There were days when motivation waned and progress felt slow. But May remembered why reading is important and the initial spark. She found ways to renew her enthusiasm, perhaps by revisiting a favorite story or engaging in a fun English activity. English story reading didn't just teach her language, it taught her culture. The tales offered insights into different customs, histories, and perspectives, enriching her global understanding and empathy, making her a more well-rounded individual. She utilized language learning apps, online dictionaries, and pronunciation guides. Technology became an indispensable part of her English study plan for talking, providing immediate feedback and access to vast resources, optimizing her learning efficiency. Every successful conversation reinforced why you must listen. Understanding others was the prerequisite for being understood. Active listening allowed her to respond appropriately, building rapport and facilitating meaningful exchanges, making conversations flow naturally. She consciously applied lessons from how other people talk in English to her own speech. Observing pauses, filler words, and common conversational patterns helped her sound more natural and less like a textbook, integrating seamlessly. Gradually, the need for mental translation diminished. May started thinking directly in English. This was a major breakthrough, signaling a deeper level of integration and fluency, allowing for much faster, spontaneous communication. She joined online English-speaking communities and forums. Engaging in written discussions further honed her grammar and vocabulary, while preparing her for more complex verbal interactions, fostering a sense of belonging. May set realistic, achievable goals for how to improve your fluency. Instead of aiming for perfection overnight, she focused on incremental progress, celebrating small gains, making the journey sustainable and less overwhelming. Her improved reading skills naturally enhanced her English writing. She could structure sentences better, use richer vocabulary, and articulate her thoughts more clearly in written form, demonstrating holistic language growth. There came a day when she could express complex ideas, nuanced opinions, and even abstract concepts effortlessly in English. This was the ultimate reward, validating her years of dedication and hard work, truly empowering her voice. Looking back, May realized how to learn English was a continuous journey, not a destination. It was about consistent effort, varied practice, and an open mind, embracing challenges and celebrating every step of progress. The shy, hesitant girl who once mumbled her words was now a confident speaker. Her voice resonated with clarity and assurance, a testament to her transformation through diligent practice and unwavering commitment, changing her life profoundly. Her improved English opened new career paths. She could attend international conferences, collaborate with global teams, and access information previously inaccessible, proving the tangible benefits of her linguistic mastery in the professional sphere. Most importantly, she could genuinely connect with people from all corners of the globe. Her conversations were no longer superficial. They were deep, meaningful exchanges, fostering friendships and broadening her worldview immeasurably. Others now asked her how to learn English or how to talk in English. She shared her experiences, emphasizing reading, listening, and consistent practice, inspiring new learners with her journey and proven methods, becoming a mentor. Even as an advanced speaker, May continued her listen and practice routine. Language evolved, and continuous engagement was key to maintaining and refining her skills, ensuring she remained current and proficient, always learning. The unexpected benefits of English story reading continued to surprise her. Beyond language, they nurtured empathy, critical thinking, and a broader understanding of humanity, making her a more insightful individual overall. Her original English study plan for talking evolved, adapting to her changing needs and goals. It remained flexible, allowing her to explore new avenues for learning and refine her approach as she progressed, staying dynamic. She realized that how to improve your fluency was also about enjoying the process. When learning was fun, it was sustainable. Finding joy in reading, listening, and speaking made the entire journey rewarding, not burdensome. Why you must listen became clearer than ever. Listening wasn't just about understanding words, it was about grasping nuances, emotions, and cultural contexts. It was the foundation for true communication, bridging minds. English transformed not just her skills, but her identity. She became a more confident, open-minded, and globally connected individual, living a richer, more expansive life, thanks to her dedication to mastering a new language. May's advice to new learners was simple: start reading, listen actively, and don't be afraid to talk. Consistency triumphs over intensity. She knew these fundamentals were the bedrock for success in language acquisition, tried and true methods. She emphasized reading something in English every single day, no matter how short. A news headline, a social media post, a paragraph from a book. This consistent exposure fueled her progress profoundly, little by little. The cycle continued: read, listen, practice, improve. Each step reinforced the next, creating an upward spiral of learning and growth. May's journey was a testament to the power of persistent, multifaceted effort in language acquisition. Now the world was truly hers. Her confident English voice opened doors to friendships, knowledge, and opportunities she once only dreamed of. The silent whisper had become a clear, powerful expression, connecting her to everyone.